Good, thanks.
Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this slightly different presentation tonight. And I'm talking about a wellness and health seminar.
Good.
I just wanted to explain to people the concept of what we do and how we can help people and what sets us apart from everybody else. So let me share my screen. Hello, Melanie, welcome. Glad you could join us. I'm just going to share my screen and get going with this. Okay. So we're going to explore the optimal health solutions for energy, weight loss, hormones, and so much more. So a little bit about me. My name's Sean, if for those of you who don't know me, if anybody's watching the recording, just a little bit of my background. I've worked in the medical field for many years, too many years, in fact. And as a child, I contracted measles, which later on in my life resulted in me developing arthritis in my left wrist and thumb. And that was almost like a party trick that I did all my life because this wrist used to grind and creak. It wasn't painful until a few years ago when it started to stiffen up and it started to hurt. And because I'm in the medical field, I'm not a big fan of medication, and I decided, we've got to do something about this. So I looked into and discovered that there was a natural way to reduce the inflammation, which is arthritis, and regenerate the cartilage, which is also a byproduct of arthritis, which chews away the cartilage. And because I'm a cheapskate at heart, I wanted to get our amazing products at cost. Now, I didn't start off with the nutrition products, just by the way. I started off because I wanted the cleaning products, which are non-toxic, biodegradable, very economical. And I wanted them, and I wanted to get them at the best price I could. That was where my business started. The nutrition came later, and it's been life-changing for me. And I'm looking forward to many years of youthful energy as well as financial freedom when sharing these products with others. So, on this webinar, you're going to discover what's happening to our food, the impact our diet is having on our health, how to better evaluate a supplement because there are plenty of supplements out there, but they're not all what they're made out to be. How do we get more nutrients into our cells? How we can boost our immunity naturally, how we can lower inflammation, which is the precursor to disease, how we can safely and effectively lose weight and keep it off, how we can improve our mental health and increase our energy, and much more. I know I often get accused of being an energizer bunny because of my abundant energy. And for me, this is just developed naturally, where sitting still is not a good thing. I like to be on the move, and for moving, I need to go be places and go there. Just a little disclaimer before I get going. Please note that information that I'm sharing in this presentation is for information only, and it is not meant to replace any medical treatment prescribed by your doctor. We also do not make any medical claims. Should you have any medical conditions, please contact your qualified medical practitioner to diagnose these. The products mentioned are what I personally use because I found them to be most beneficial for my circumstances. There is no obligation to purchase any of the products mentioned. This is purely for information. So we are looking at a food crisis. So let me get me out of the way over here. Between genetically modified foods, commercially grown foods, we can see that in 1950, an apple had 4.3 milligrams of iron in it. In 1998, which is still a few years back, they only had 0.18 milligrams of iron. And over 60% of our food is highly processed. we're going to talk about the SAD diet, or the standard American diet. This information that I'm using here does come from the States, but it is equally applicable to South Africa. And we call it the SAD, or the standard American diet. And how do these affect us? As a result of this diet, 70% of the population are overweight or obese. Nearly 50% are diabetic or pre-diabetic. 1 in 5 are diagnosed with mental illness. It's a very scary stat. 1 in 9 have Alzheimer's by the age of 65. Now, some of you are younger than that on this call, some of you are a bit older, but think of your friends. 1 in 9 having Alzheimer's by age of 65, and 65 is not really old anymore. 70% of the population are on prescription medication. 6 in 10 have a chronic disease. These are very, very scary stats. Now, in the 1940s and earlier, 7.5% of the population had a chronic disease. By 2020, 60% or more of the population were diagnosed with chronic diseases. Now, in a 5-year study that was conducted by the USDA and published in USA Today, they found that Americans don't eat enough fruits, vegetables, whole grains, seafood, or dairy. This came out of the report. Now, the USDA recommends 5 to 13 servings of fruits and veggies daily. This is because it's an outstanding source of soluble and insoluble fibers, which are crucial for weight management. They are packed with nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. And there's a strong link to disease prevention, such as cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's. And sometimes it's not what we are eating, but what we aren't eating that is killing us. One of the researchers that came up with this, that there's a lack of whole grains, fruits, nuts, and seeds that top the list of dietary risks linked to death in the 5 most populous countries. And sugar-sweetened beverages and red meat rank lower towards the bottom. But is food alone the answer? They will tell you generally that you don't need to supplement because you can get everything you need from your diet. However, in a USDA study of 21,500 people who did not supplement, not one met the minimum levels of just 10 of the nutrients studied from diet alone. So out of 21,500 people who are not supplementing and just relying on their diet, none of them met even the minimum levels of just 10 nutrients studied. And there's a whole lot more nutrients available. And about 80% of US adults are now taking supplements. But who can you trust? Because you can see from these news headlines that there's a lot of things, big companies that are doing things, putting out supplements, but they're not putting there what you would expect it to be. So, for instance, the aloe vera, there was no evidence of aloe vera found in the aloe vera at Walmart, Target, and CVS. That's very scary. And that's just one. So the company we're talking about tonight, it's called Neolife. But why can we trust them above anybody else? First of all, they've got a spotless track record since 1958 when the company was founded. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They are trusted by millions of people in over 50 countries around the world. They own their own pharmaceutically licensed manufacturing facility. And the reason that it's pharmaceutically licensed is that the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration, can then raid any of their plants at any time and check the label against the ingredients. They've done this voluntarily, and since 1958 have never been caught doing anything that they can't back up or prove, and they've never been caught putting anything in that is on the label or isn't on the label, more importantly. And the products are clinically proven to work. So they don't just do the tests. They then go out and they do human clinical trials to prove what they say is done. Now, there's a big difference between natural and whole food. You'll find a lot of supplements will market themselves as being natural. Now, natural can include things like algae, pine bark, duck feathers, human hair, crude oil, and a lot of other things that are natural, but I don't think I'd like to have them in my body. And then you have whole food. Now, Neolife uses real food, whole grains, organic, non-GMO fruits and veggies, wild salmon, seeds and nuts, also organic. All products use only organic and GMO-free ingredients. And they're formulated by a group of world-class scientists. Arthur First, who unfortunately passed away back in 2005, was many years ahead of his time. And he put together this SAB, or Scientific Advisory Board, which is made up of people who are the top of their game, top research scientists, and they in turn link up with some of the top universities around the world so that they can be at the leading edge of nutrition science. Now, we have 3 superior product lines with over 80 effective products altogether. We have cellular nutrition, we have organic skincare, and we have healthy home products. And that is what got my interest originally, was the healthy home. As I said, since then I've fallen in love with the other products and I use all of them. But it started with the healthy home when my kids were babies. So one of our core products is a product called ProVitality. And this is actually a few different products. It is a daily packet that provides a power-packed dose of potent omega-3s, carotenoid antioxidants, phytolipids and sterols, vitamins and minerals. And these all come together for cellular energy and lifelong health. So the first product is unique to Neolife, called Treonine, and this feeds your cells. I'm not going to get into the science behind it now, but know that a Texas A&M's university study proved that you had an improved nutrient utilization efficiency by 50%. Now imagine if somebody told you that if you took this particular product and put it in your car and it would improve your fuel consumption by 50%, would you buy it? I can say that by using these products, or this particular product, on a daily basis, it has certainly made a huge difference to my energy levels. I haven't tested it to tell you the percentage-wise, but I would say at least 50%, if not more. The next thing is the carotenoid complex, also unique to Neolife. And this has been independently proven by the USDA to boost the immune function in your body by 37% in just 20 days. My next favorite product is Salmon Oil Plus. This is there to balance your cells. It is a complete omega-3 with all 8 of the omegas. It is ultra pure, tested for over 200 known toxins with a detectable limit, or an allowable detection limit, of 0. And it is clinically proven in human clinical trials to lower the inflammatory index by 68%. And then there's the essential vitamins and minerals complex, which is there to nourish your cells. It's more than just a multivitamin because it's got 22 essential vitamins and minerals. We don't have the soft gel in South Africa just yet, but it's coming. And it is also full of plant-sourced enzymes for improved digestion and absorption. And then the next, for me, one of the most healthy and best fast foods around is the Neolife Shake. It contains all 22 amino acids for muscle, hormones, collagen, and digestion. It includes muscle retaining branch chain amino acids. It promotes gut-brain signaling. So it helps you to feel fuller for longer, and it balances your blood sugar levels. And it doesn't have any funny weight loss drugs in it. You can use it as a meal replacement because it has 5 grams of fiber as well as 25 vitamins and minerals and is only 140 calories. And there are clinically proven results for weight loss, lowered BMI or body mass index, and lowered LDL, which is your so-called bad cholesterol, by more than 15%. And it's available in 3 different flavors. But don't take my word for it. These are some examples. This young lady lost over 30 pounds. I'll let you do the conversion to kilos. This gentleman lost 98 pounds. Another young lady, you can see how sad she looked on the left in the before and how she looks after. She's lost over 40 pounds. And another one, Jen Winter, got back down to a high school weight in just 6 months. This comes from consistent use. This is not a magic overnight thing, quick fix. This becomes a lifestyle change. So what have we got over here? You can choose one of 3 health packs or individual products if you feel so inclined. The Pro Vitality works out at 33 Rand per day. The breakfast pack, which is your Pro Vitality and the shake put together, works out at around 98 Rand per day. And if you are serious about losing weight, specifically if you've got a lot of weight to lose, you can use the weight loss pack, and that'll cost you 163 Rand per day. Now, when you're looking at the price, don't look at the price. Look at the value. Look at your energy levels increasing. Look at your immune system increasing. Look at your doctor's bills decreasing. And just feeling fitter, healthier, and better. I see my patients regularly, and when your health is at risk or your health is not 100%, it is not a fun time. And I'm pretty sure their health is worth a lot more than 98 Rand per day. But this is not just for big people. We've got solutions for all ages, from babies with the Liquivite, and children with your Vita Squares and Vita Guard, which are chewable multivitamins. And these, while they are designed for babies and children, please note, anybody at any age can take these products. My mother, in her later years, was unable to swallow tablets for a couple of different reasons. And she survived on the Liquivite and the Neolife Shake for a good many months. Unfortunately, she passed away with cancer last year, but she survived a good many months when she wasn't able to eat properly or take any tablets on the Liquivite and the Neolife Shake. It made all the difference and made her last days, her life was actually better. She could do things, which I think if you just stuck in bed the whole time, you wouldn't be able to do. So what's your next step? Next step is to get back to the person who invited you and ask for a link to get started. Remember I said originally, I'm not forcing you to buy anything. I'm offering you a solution. And even with this, there are solutions. So there are a couple of options. You can save about 10% of the cost price of these products, or the retail price of these products, by enrolling for free as a member. If you want to get your products on a regular basis, you can opt for what they call a neo ship or an auto ship, and you can save up to 20%. And you can cancel that subscription at any time. There is no set contract. Or if you want to do like I did and save the full cost of 25%, you can sign up and become a promoter and actually start a business exactly like I've done. And I will train you every step of the way. Or if you don't want any of those options, but you still want the products, you're welcome to purchase it at the full retail price. But trust me, this is the least popular option. So that's my summary of some optimal health solutions for energy, weight loss, hormones, and many more. I certainly hope you will look at this more seriously and feel free to ask questions. I didn't really have time to get into that right now in this presentation, but I will happily answer whatever questions anybody has at any time. I hope you can join us as we come together to end the trend of chronic disease. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. And end the recording.